You know, a massive automotive recall, it can feel like just another headache for your shop, right? But what if I told you the real danger isn't the defect itself, but how we're cleaning up after it? We're going to break down a story that starts with one tiny loose fastener and uncovers a massive fire risk that might be hiding in your own service bay.
So, just how big is this problem? Well, here's the number, 235,000. That's how many Kia and Genesis vehicles were recalled just in the US. This isn't some small batch issue, folks. We're talking about a huge number of cars on the road that have a potentially really dangerous situation under the hood.
And this is the real heart of the issue. The official recall warns about fuel leakage inside the engine bay. I mean, think about that. You've got raw gasoline vapor, you've got intense heat, and you've got all those complex electronics packed into a super tight space. The automaker is literally telling drivers to pull over and stop immediately if they even smell gas. That's how serious this is.
So what's behind this whole high-stakes mess? You might be surprised. It all boils down to a few fasteners on the fuel pipe that just weren't torqued down enough during assembly. A tiny little oversight that can lead to, well, a catastrophe. And for a repair shop, this is exactly where the challenge and the risk begins. Okay, now here's the crucial part of this whole story. A car rolls into your bay with a potential fuel leak. What's the first thing you do? You clean the area to see what's going on. But what if the very way you're cleaning actually makes a fire or electrical damage more likely? Let's think about the old school ways, right? You might reach for a water-based degreaser. But now you're spraying moisture all over sensitive sensors and control units. Hello, short circuits and corrosion. Okay, so what about a chemical solvent? Well, now you're just pumping more flammable vapors into an already dangerous situation. One little spark and it's game over. And that's really the trap here. You can make an engine bay look totally spotless, but you might be leaving behind an invisible time bomb. A clean engine bay doesn't mean it's a safe one, not when you're using these outdated methods. The truth is, the cars we work on have changed so dramatically. The methods that worked perfectly fine 20 years ago, they're not just obsolete now, they're actively dangerous when you use them on today's vehicles. Let's dig into why. I mean, just pop the hood on any new car. It's not a simple mechanical space anymore. It is jam-packed with advanced sensors, multiple ECUs, incredibly dense wiring harnesses. Every single one of those components is a potential point of failure the second you introduce water or harsh chemicals. What this all means is that cleaning an engine bay is no longer just about getting the grime off. It's about preserving the delicate, fragile integrity of all these advanced systems. Your margin for error, it's gone. It's basically zero. But what if there was a better way? A way to get a deep, effective clean without any water, without any chemicals, and without any fire risk. Well, this is where modern tech gives us a pretty brilliant solution. Let's talk about dry ice blasting. So, what is it exactly? Well, at its core, dry ice blasting is a completely non-invasive cleaning process. It just uses these tiny little pellets of solid carbon dioxide, dry ice, shot out with compressed air. There's no harsh scrubbing, no water, and absolutely zero chemical residue left behind. Now, the way it works is honestly pretty cool. First, the super cold pellets hit the grime, like that oily fuel residue, and instantly freeze it, which makes it super brittle. Then the real magic happens. The pellets sublimate. They go straight from a solid to a gas in a flash. That rapid expansion creates these tiny little shock waves, basically micro-explosions, that just lift the contaminant right off the surface, leaving it perfectly clean and totally undamaged. And the result you get is, well, it's perfect for this fuel leak scenario. You get a spotless clean that's completely dry, so there's zero risk to any of the electronics. It's non-conductive, and most importantly, it's completely non-flammable. It is by far the safest way to tackle a hazardous job like this. So, okay, that's the science. But what does this actually mean for a professional shop that's got one of these recalled cars on the lift? The benefits here go way beyond just getting a better clean. Think about your workflow. That fire risk we kept talking about, it's gone. The threat of frying expensive electronics with water, totally eliminated. There's no nasty chemical residue left behind, and you can clean with incredible precision, getting into those tight spots around fuel lines and connectors. Oh, and best of all, there's no drying time. That means less downtime for the vehicle and more productivity for your shop. It solves every single problem we talked about earlier. Look, at the end of the day, adopting a technology like this isn't just about cleaning better. It's a fundamental upgrade to your shop's safety, its efficiency, and its professionalism. And hey, this isn't some science fiction tech. These machines are out there and designed for professional shops. You take something like the Aiolith AI30, that 44-pound hopper means you're working longer without stopping to refill. The adjustable air pressure gives you total control to go from gently dusting off sensitive electronics to blasting away heavy gunk. This technology is real, it's accessible, and it's ready for shops that want to invest in safety and quality.
All right, let's just change our perspective for a minute. Instead of looking at a recall like this as a pain, what if we started looking at it as a major business opportunity?
Think about it. A customer dealing with something as scary as a fuel leak, they're not looking for the cheapest fix. They're looking for an expert they can trust. When you offer a premium, safety-first solution like dry ice blasting, you become that expert, and you can create a really valuable new revenue stream for your business. And the best part? The customers are already looking for it. The data shows search trends for things like dry ice blasting near me are climbing. That tells us the market is waking up to this better technology. The demand is already building out there.
So that brings us to the big question for every shop owner, every technician watching this right now. Your customers are getting smarter, they're getting more focused on safety. Are you ready to provide the advanced, safe services they're starting to look for? Ultimately, in an industry that's changing so fast, sticking with the old ways isn't just inefficient anymore, it's a liability. The shops that are going to win are the ones building a safer, smarter, and more profitable future, not just cleaning for today,